Yo, Trey T. I don't know what that intro was, but yo, Trey T. just went to back in with another video. First thing I want to talk about is Derrick Rose getting traded to the Knicks. Very upset about it. I'm happy he's out of Detroit, but going to New York, they're pushing for the playoffs, but it's really not much better than him staying in Detroit. He could have been a good mentor for Killian Hayes for Killian Hayes' rookie season, or he could have got traded to a title contender. Clippers, Lakers. I was just not trying to think of Western Conference teams. Maybe even the Suns, because the Suns are looking pretty good. Could have got traded to the Sixers. Could have been good off the bench. The Bucks good off the bench. The Nets good off the bench, or the Celtics good off the bench. Like, he could have went to so many different teams, but he went to the freaking Knicks. I'm upset about it. It was for Dennis Smith Jr. in 2022 first round or second round pick. Obviously, got my Derrick Rose MVP shirt, youngest MVP ever. My Bulls hat. I'm a Bull. If you guys didn't know, I'm a Bulls fan. Don't know if you guys could have noticed from my past videos. I always had this hat on. But yeah. The Clippers lose to the Sacramento Kings. De'Aaron Fox at 36. He was the Western Conference Player of the Week, and Giannis was the Eastern Conference Player of the Week. Bucks have been looking pretty good. I think for this season, they're experimenting different lineups and different ways to use Giannis, because the first the 2 seasons he won MVP, they shut him down. I mean, he was still averaging 20-some points, I think, but they weren't able to get past this. Actually, they got to the conference finals, but then they lost Malcolm Brogdon, and everyone thought they were going to take a step back. But they couldn't make it to the finals. When you have Giannis, 7-foot player that just a 7-foot superstar that can just flat out just drive and dunk it on you, pass it, and just go right. Like, you're expected to make it to the finals, but they couldn't. The Toronto Raptors and the Miami Heat, they shut him down. They built a wall. He couldn't do anything. I feel like if they had Brogdon last year, that could have changed their season around. Maybe they do make it to the finals, and maybe they beat the Lakers. Who knows? Because that Lakers team, not as good as this year's Lakers team. I get Dwight Howard's definitely better than Gasol at this point, but they traded Danny Green. I think it was Danny Green, and who else was it? It was Danny Green, and I think something else for was it for Dennis Schroeder, and then they traded, and then Danny Green went to the Sixers, but they got Schroeder. They signed Montrezl Harrell, signed Gasol. I think they made a couple other moves. I'm not 100% sure. Traded for Wesley Matthews or re-signed him. I don't remember. Yeah, they made some moves. They improved their team. The Clippers really didn't. They lost Montrezl Harrell. They got Serge Ibaka, who I would say is significantly better. Not significantly. Yes, he's probably a better defender, better shooter. Definitely can guard Jokic. Definitely could guard Anthony Davis at a high level, better than Montrezl Harrell. But we're not going to get into everything that happened in the bubble. But what I am going to say is the Bulls are interesting. The Bulls are very interesting. Because one day they can look good, playing good against the Lakers. Next, they get blown. They didn't even get blown out. They lose to the Magic, and then they beat the Magic. Like, it's like this season's very confusing. But I think the Bulls, if they're not in at least the play-in by All-Star break, we should just rebuild. We should, not trade everyone. We should just try to tank. Try to get the best possible draft pick we can. This is just my opinion, because if we're not in the playoffs, there's no point of going all in. There's no point of trying to make the playoffs. Even though I want the Bulls to make the playoffs. That's the thing. I want the Bulls to make the playoffs. I want to see the Bulls in the playoffs. I will watch every game, every second, every minute of the Bulls in the playoffs. Even if we get swept, I will be happy to see the Bulls back in the playoffs. But I feel like it would be best if we're not in the playoffs, we just don't eat by All-Star break, because it'll be hard to get in. If we get in, I'll be happy. Don't get it twisted. I'll be happy, but I'll be happy if we get a top 3, top 5 draft pick again. Patrick Williams is looking nice. Zach LaVine's playing at an all-star level. Kobe White's improving. We're losing. Injuries are always killing us, bro. Markkanen and Wendell Carter Jr., they're both out for, I think Larry Markkanen is out 2 to 4 or 4 to 6 weeks. I'm not sure. Wendell Carter, I'm not sure how long he's out, but we're always getting injured. There's always just something going on with the Bulls. Like I said, the Bucks are probably experimenting. Oh shoot, sorry. The Bucks are probably experimenting different lineups, and hopefully, this is just gonna be a good season. Durant's out until this Friday for COVID protocol. But yeah, that's all I got to talk about right now. The Nets looking pretty good besides the defensive end, but yeah, that might be it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and peace.